sternly reminds the girl that her marriage to Kin Hao has already been arranged, stressing that such important matters cannot be taken lightly. The girl walks in calmly and explains that she only stepped out for a walk, showing no concern for the tension in the room. The woman notices a man following behind and questions why she would bring someone else home, emphasizing that her wedding with Kin Hao is approaching soon. The man seated on the sofa clarifies that Kin Hao himself came to discuss the wedding details. Kin Hao, the second young master of the Kin family, introduces himself with a simple greeting. The man suggests pausing the marriage arrangements since the Kin family didn't win the recent bid, meaning their cooperation with the Du family is still uncertain. Kin Hao dismisses the concern, saying it's a small issue. He insists that marriage should come first, and everything else can be negotiated afterward. With a sly smile, Kin Hao thinks to himself that once he gets her into bed, they can decide later whether he will provide the money. The red-haired woman interrupts sharply, stating that Kin Hao promised 1 billion to the Du family once the marriage takes place. She urges the girl not to say another word. The girl suddenly declares that she will not marry Kin Hao. Both Kin Hao and the red-haired woman are shocked. Kin Hao demands to know what she just said, while the woman reminds her that their family's ties with the Kin family are at stake. Standing firmly beside the black-haired man, the girl repeats that she won't marry Kin Hao and reveals she is already pregnant with this man's child. The red-haired woman is left stunned, her eyes wide as she shouts in disbelief at the revelation. The red-haired woman angrily points at the black-haired man, calling him unworthy and mocking that he is nothing more than a poor delivery worker. She insists the girl must marry into the Kin family, as their support could save the Du family during its current crisis. She furiously yells that the girl has no shame for getting involved with someone of such low status. The black-haired man firmly grabs her hand, stopping her aggression. He confidently declares that there's nothing wrong with being a delivery worker, and proudly says his bloodline is just as valuable as the Du family's ancestral lineage. The black-haired man coldly questions if selling one's own daughter to a scoundrel for profit should really be considered honorable. The red-haired woman, furious at being restrained, lashes out and calls him a filthy delivery man. Kin Hao loses his temper, insulting the girl and calling her disgraceful for choosing someone beneath their family's status. Enraged, he warns that she will regret defying him, shouting in anger as he points directly at her. The black-haired man strikes Kin Hao with a powerful blow, stopping him from attacking. Kin Hao is sent crashing to the floor, while the man firmly protects the girl by his side. Holding her close, he declares that she is carrying his child, making her his woman, and questions how Kin Hao dares to lay a hand on her. Kin Hao, furious and humiliated, struggles to his feet and warns that he will make them regret angering him. Kin Hao, enraged after being humiliated, grabs a heavy object with the intent to strike. Shouting that he will kill them, he charges forward recklessly. The black-haired man calmly tells the girl to stand behind him, assuring her with confidence as he prepares to face the attack. Kin Hao swings the object down with full force, aiming directly at him. Kin Hao lunges forward with the weapon, but the black-haired man blocks him with a powerful punch, sending him flying back. Kin Hao crashes heavily to the ground as the man declares that no one has the right to touch his woman. Standing over him, the man warns that today he will teach him a lesson. He rains down a series of brutal punches, leaving Kin Hao screaming in pain. As the black-haired man pummels him, Kin Hao cries out desperately for help. The girl quickly shouts for him to stop, worried about the situation escalating further. At that moment, an old man enters with several people, demanding to know who dares act so recklessly in his presence. The girl looks up in surprise and asks her grandfather why he has come. The old man enters with his attendants, his presence immediately silencing the room. He announces that he has heard everything that was said. Turning to the girl, he asks in disbelief if she is truly pregnant with the delivery man's child. The girl lowers her gaze slightly but firmly answers yes. The family members explode in outrage, calling the situation shameful and declaring that the child must be aborted. Kin Hao furiously insists that even if she bears the child, she will never be allowed into the Kin family's home. The old man, shaken, wonders what they should do now. Another elder cries that the Su family is finished, blaming the girl's stubbornness and accusing others of spoiling her too much. The girl stands quietly, her expression heavy with sadness as she listens to their words. The girl steps forward and begs everyone to stop arguing. Overwhelmed, she clutches her head in pain and nearly collapses. The black-haired man quickly catches her, reassuring her that she doesn't need to be afraid and that he will take her away from this place. Her family explodes in anger, shouting at him to let her go, calling him a lowly delivery man and threatening to break his legs if he resists. The black-haired man glares coldly at the family, asking if they can still call themselves human after everything they've done. Carrying the girl in his arms, he begins walking out in front of everyone. When a few try to block his way, he smashes the ground with a powerful strike, leaving them stunned and terrified. With an unwavering gaze, he declares that he is taking Su Kai with him and demands if anyone has a problem with that. The family members shout in panic, unable to stop what just happened. The red-haired woman looks on in shock. Realizing the situation has escalated beyond control, two men step forward, one of them sternly addressing the room. Beside him, the old man stands silently with his cane, his presence adding weight to the tense atmosphere.